What's up? So, I'm Shalice. And I have decided that I'm going to homeschool kindergarten anyway. We're going to see how this works. So, technically, in North Carolina, the it's not required for your child to go to school until they're 7 years old, and then that's when you have to make the choice on whether you're going to homeschool or they're going to attend school. You have to make that choice and give a reason. Got to come up with your curriculum. You got to do all the extras at that point. But for right now, technically, we don't have to do that. So since I was younger, I always said that I was going to spend a lot of time with my child in the beginning. That I was going to homeschool, I was going to pack lunches, do all that good old stuff. So, fast forward, I have a kid, and life just don't end up that way, of course, because you got a lot of stuff to do as a kid. You don't realize how many bills and everything else that's involved. So, yeah. And then also as a first time parent, you tend to go with the flow. A lot of times, especially for me, I'm not, I don't go, I tend to go against the grain of most things, but not extreme against the grain. I'm still kind of a pushover. I still care about what people say and feel and think about me. I still care. So there have been some things that I've definitely allowed other people to kind of dictate when it comes to my child. So the reason why I decided that we're going to do this is not because I've always wanted to, and the time is just right. Like, I don't know. I guess I prayed enough. I really wanted this bad. I end up losing my job back with my fiance, and things are different financially and stuff, but he's in approval. He approved of this, and I got a lot of time on my hands now, and I have my business. So God has been blessing us with the business, and people coming in. I notice a lot as far as we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. But we're talking about the homeschool. I tend to do that a lot. But yeah, my son's 5. Take it a couple years ago when he was born. I was pretty much a stay-at-home mom, and then I took care of my sister's first child, which is a girl. That's my niece. And then she ended up pregnant again, and I was taking care of her son as well. So I had one child physically. I birthed one child and was taking care of 3. So you tend to spend a lot alone. A lot of time with kids, and Blippy and everything else is just like, okay, that's enough. Like, I don't know how much I can take, Lord. Like, you gave me one child, and financially it wasn't the best either. So I decided I was gonna pick up a part-time, and I ended up being promoted to a full-time, and then my child went to daycare. Daycare was doing pretty well. Of course, at first it was a separation thing, and that was cool. After a while, when he realized, I had to give him a little paper that said what time I was picking him up. I would put it like on a digital clock way, and then a hand clock way, all the different ways that he might see it in the classroom, and just put the main number, which is 3 or 5, whatever it was, and I signed it, and then he would sign it, right? And that would be our agreement. We had a contract pretty much, and that worked until, I don't know if he was the owner. We're just saying there were 2 males that started to come around the school a little bit more, or were introduced to the school for whatever reason. We were never told about them. We was never explained to why they were there as parents, which I feel like we should have been. But at some point, my son started to have anxiety and hyperventilating about going to school and being left there. So, of course, I start taking notes. I'm talking to him, trying to get some info out of him, I'm not saying too much because I don't want him to go off of me. I want him to give me the best version of his story as possible. Hey, how are you? And I decided, okay, cool. It started dying down. But by that time, it was preschool time. So I'm like, we might as well just go ahead and transition you to preschool. So which we did. Preschool, of course, is a little rocky at first. He had a little trust issues with being left. Same thing about the time. And after we got over that, 2 or 3 weeks, we were cool. We were cool with it. Now, here we are, kindergarten, and we're doing the same. Actually, it started off better than it did in pre-K. I guess it's nothing you really can. I don't know what you to do either. I'm just on here just talking, honestly. I'm not the type to go live much, but I decided it's kind of easier to do that than trying to prep up a video. So yeah, right now, you want to give me some hearts? I guess. Share with somebody who's thinking about homeschooling or can relate or anything like that. I don't know. But thank you for like even thinking about what you could do. It's always nice. But yeah, we decide. Well, no, we go back. First 2 days was orientation. Now let me take y'all back to the home. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. I forgot about that. That just shows that I just be on here trying to communicate and just talk. I don't really be on here for clout and trying to raise anything. I just be trying to share my stories and hopefully it help people. But yeah, first 2 days. Oh yeah, back it up. Open house. Okay? Open house, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but when I was in school, open house was like your teachers was in the classroom, they was handing out stuff and introducing themselves and like communicating and kind of secretly figuring out what your kid know and don't know. You know, that type thing. Well, they weren't like that. They were in the hallway with desks in front of them, and they had packets. They went, what class you in? What class you in? This way, this class and that. And then when you got down to your classroom, the teacher's right there, and they're just handing out a packet. And the packet had the teacher's picture. Now, the assistant teacher, I liked her packet at least. And she was the only one like, oh, he's going to be with me, you know. And her packet said things about what she actually liked, more things about her personality, things like I said, oh, well, you know, this teacher likes animals. You have cats, you know, trying to get him to relate, right? And the main teacher, her packet says a lot about what she liked, which is Walmart gift card, Target gift card, all this type of stuff. And I'm like, where's the like the love in it? So that kind of turned me off, but I'm like, okay, boom. She did reach out with the app and was like, hey, I'm such a teacher, interested. So I'm like, maybe she don't, kids she could talk, but maybe you know, adults she kind of, you know, and I understand it. That's cool. I'm the type of person that's going to give people the benefit of the doubt, always trying to find out why or figure out why they are and who they are and give them excuses. I'm one of them people. My ex ever said, you always giving people excuses. I can't help it. So I proceed to tell the teacher we're still working on his him being shy and not wanting to be the center of attention. As far as him, I'm on the video. You want what? I can't hear you. Go find something to eat. You got cheese in there. There's a bunch of stuff in there. I got cookies. Yeah, you go get that. Go get that. Go get you something.
Give me cookies.
You can get the cookies, get the chair, and get it. Let me finish this video real quick, and I'll make the rest of it.
It's a Pepe.
I know. Pepe was he was chilling. But yeah. Me and my fiance explained to her, you know, you have to say, you know, we're still working on making sure he goes to the bathroom. Like, because to prevent the spotlight being on him or him interrupting you or feeling like he's interrupting you or whatever the case may be, he just won't. And I understand him being shy about that, but you still need to go to the bathroom. You don't need to be using the bathroom on yourself. Like, so we were working on that, and I'm in his room now, so don't mind the background stuff. It's his little man chair. But yeah, we go all about that. We do. She said, okay, yeah, cool, thank you. I get it, the thing, and then the next day of orientation, he has an issue because of the time. So I just said, hey, I noticed y'all didn't have any clocks in there. I know one thing that can help us get him to be okay with coming to school is knowing the schedule. We're going to do this, then we're going to do that, we do this, and then your mom will be here. But this will time your mom, just communicating that, right? She never responded. Every time I reached out to this lady, she never responded. So I'm like, what the? I'm confused. Hold on, y'all. So yeah, she never responds. But I didn't let that discourage me. I continue to do what I'm supposed to do as the mom and continue to work on my son and him going to school and things like that. And look at y'all, his snack perfect. This is his snack. But yeah, I proceed to do all that. And no, I'm not promoting, and I don't want, what is it, Nabisco and whoever runs Slim Jim to be on my rump about anything I say. I ain't got nothing to do with you, but my son do like y'all goodies. You might get a little sponsor, baby. But yeah, he
2 for them gyms.
okay. After that first day, or the second day, third day, and then the next week, they only had orientation 2 days, and then they didn't have school anymore, which wasn't really communicated well. I don't feel like they did too well of a job with communicating, and as far as the new scholar parents or the new scholars, it wasn't that well. Huh? Come on. Here you go.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. It could have been done better. I'll say that. And so we was kind of lost. You could tell a lot of the parents were kind of confused and lost about how this is supposed to go. But anyway, we're like, okay, boom. That'll work. It's cool. I talked to the teacher about him not being in school for that first week because we have a timeshare and it was kind of hard to get any other day. I wasn't sure we was actually going to take the vacation, and it ended up being possible. So I'm like, I promised him we was going to go somewhere. So we did. I was worried that when we came back, he was going to have a little issue. But he didn't. He actually got his backpack. He got ready for school, put his backpack on, walked into the school, went to class, love you, bye, all that good old stuff. We're good for the first couple of days. Actually, for the whole first week, right? Week 2, I guess the teachers introduced, thank you for putting that back, baby. The teachers introduced a new teacher, which is the art teacher, right? So now the teachers are taking a lunch break between 12:45. And like when I was in school, I didn't notice what the teacher was doing. Sorry. I knew that we went to like electives and stuff. I never knew what the teachers were doing while we was electives, but technically that's what they do. And the teacher comes to their classroom at 12, picks them up and bring them back. That's fine, nothing wrong there. But for some reason, my child is doing the same thing he was doing at the daycare, which is hyperventilating. He's crying, he's screeching, he's pulling and clawing and fighting. I mean, even running out in the parking lot, y'all, away from these people. We done did a whole 180. This is not even the same kid. I'm still. He said he does not like the way the teacher. He said the teachers. He didn't trust them first, and then he said he don't like the way he looked. He didn't like the way he talked to him, and I'm like, well, what's going on? Is he yelling at you? I'm going through all the things. Did he ever be with you by himself? Does he ever touch you? All that type of stuff. And he's saying no. So I don't know if it's because of whatever happened at daycare, and it's like a slight PTSD, but school wasn't fun for him. It just wasn't fun. So I started doing my research. I tried to call the county, our school system, and they said, well, since they're private, there's nothing we can really do with that. But if you want to move them to a public school, just go to the school, sign them up. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then something said, I prayed on it, and I ended up getting to the point of talking to, I guess it's the people above, like the state school. Yeah, I guess. But the state school, the state school. The state in charge of all the private schools and homeschool and stuff like that. And they told me that technically in North Carolina, he does not have to go to school until he's 7 years old. So I'm like, that takes a light off, because if he doesn't have to be in school, then maybe we can work on this anxiety a little bit more. And in the meantime, we can work on school. So at home. So that's what we've been doing. That's a little thing I made. Capital lowercase thing that I'm doing with him. Um, he's definitely made a lot of progress in this past week that I've been working with him. And honestly, y'all, let me take it back to when he was running. I think what really did it for me is that one, my child, he's like how I am or how I used to be as a child. If we don't like you, we don't like you. We don't want to talk to you, we won't talk to you. So I understood that. So that's what I'm worried about. What is he scared of about this man? I don't know what it is. All the other men, he said it ain't no problem. Nobody else in the school scared him except for that man, the art teacher. Um, Now the lunch lady scared him the first day, and that's because they was like, "What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?" And it was his first day ever being involved in that type of environment. So I think kind of scared a lot of the kindergartners. But I was like, what do you, because he came out about to cry, and I say, "Well, it's okay. They're not mad at you." And they turned around and said, "No, no, 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 no. We don't want you to be scared." And that was cool. With no problems with that no more. I guess he took it like they was yelling at him. And he didn't know why they was yelling at him, like they was mad at him. And they did seem aggressive, but in our generation, that happened. That's how older ladies talk to you, especially in our culture. So it wouldn't have bothered me, but he wasn't raised in that type of environment. I try to make it not like super soft, but I remember some things that triggered me, and I try to make sure, since he is so much like me, that I give him the upper hand or give him a couple more tips and hacks to navigate life. That's what I try to do. Yeah, I'm gonna be live again tomorrow, so you gotta go. Thank you. But I'm gonna go live. I said I'm gonna go live every day throughout this journey, especially because it's just easier. It's easier to go live than to put a video together and do all the other stuff, the editing, and then I be caring about how people see the video. If I go live, it is what it is. I'm just raw and in rare form. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's 12 a.m. Bye. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Right now is 1:54 p.m. Yeah, so let me go ahead and finish this story, y'all. My hand itching. Yeah, finish the story. Since he's so much like me, he has told me he don't like old people. He said they're scary. That's typical for a child at 5 years old. Old people are kind of scary. Like their face are drooping, their hands are like this, like they hunched over, someone hunched over, and they voice is different. It can come off like Crypt Keeperish. I understand. So with my grandmother, he never had the closest relationship. But after I had explained to him who Nana was to us, if it wasn't for Nana, Mommy wouldn't be here. My mom is my mom. Lolly, that's what he called his grandmother. That's my mom. Lolly is my mom, and Nana is Lolly mom. If it's not for Nana, then Lolly wouldn't be here, Mommy wouldn't be here, and you wouldn't be here. And that's why we love Nana. So after a while, he was like, "Oh, okay, I get it now. This lady actually means something to us. She's not just some old lady you be trying to be around." And now he goes in the house, he talked to her a little bit more, So, and he's never called me mom. I'm gonna say this: he's always called me by my first name. That's because everybody else did, and that's what he gravitated to. Only time he's called me mommy, mama, or mom. 3 separate times, 3 different words. None of them more than once. His whole 5 years, okay? But for him to be running through that parking lot, y'all, and be trying to get into doors, he didn't care who door was, as long as something opened, and was like, "Mama!" He like screeched. I've never heard him screech that loud in my life. I ain't never seen my child run that fast, honestly. That hurt me. That was like, oh, whoa, whoa. This is more than just him trying to push to see how far he can go. He's terrified of this place. This is different. Something's wrong here. This is not just a child not wanting to go to school. because he don't have friends or, the normal anxiety. It's a little bit more happening here. So I took a step back with that. And then also for him to tell me that I broke his heart because I allowed them to do that and take him away from me. For him to say that he didn't have anybody that loved him, or he didn't feel like anybody could protect him or take care of him, anything like that. I said, well, do you want Pop-Up to bring you? He said, no. I said, well, do you want, somebody else? I said, don't Pop-Up make you feel safe? He said, no. I said, well, don't Mommy make you feel safe? He said, no. I said, well, who makes you feel safe? He said, nobody, because nobody loved him. And I said, well, why do you think nobody likes it? He said, because don't nobody listen to me and when I say I'm scared. Nobody believes me. And he said, nobody cares that I'm scared. So I feel like my job is to protect my child. My job is to give him a better life and an opportunity for him to make something better in the world. And one of the main things we need is communication and trust. So if my child don't trust me, he don't believe in me, he don't feel like he can communicate with me, then that opens the door for so much BS to happen. I'm not with that. So I decided that we're going to take a step back this year. When he goes to school, he will be in the right grade. They don't hold him back. He's not going to be 7 years old in kindergarten. He'll be going to second grade. It's whatever his mental, wherever he needs to be. I might not even hold him to second grade. 7-year-old. He might go next year if he feel comfortable. We can get him. But my main goal is to work on this communication and bond again, because I feel like when I started working, we detached. So I'm like, now that I have the time, I'm going to put that energy into my child. I'm going to put that energy into my family. I spiritual and pray and teaching him morals and having the values and stuff that I want installed in him. I want to take that time, take advantage of this time while he's still maturing, while he's still growing and soaking in things. Because at some point, it's going to be too late. They're going to hear you, but they're not going to act like they hear you. And I want, if God forbid anything, he already witnessed anything or anything goes on, I want him to know that I'm here for him. His dad is here for him. His Pop-Up, his Lolly, we're here for him. Like, if ain't nobody else, I don't need you out here in these streets thinking that that's your family, that they love you more and they care about you more. That's why these little boys be in the gangs. I ain't got time for that. He already has a lot up against him, society-wise. I'm trying to do as much as I can, the best I can, before he gets to that point of realizing what this world really is about. And if we can get our foundation strong enough, we'll be good. So that is my reason why I'm choosing to quote unquote homeschool for the next year. Kindergarten, we're going to do at home. First grade, by then we should be in a better situation. By then we will be in a better situation. It will be our choice at that point, not no, we need to. It'll be a choice. Do we want to do school? Do you not want to do school? If this goes well, which I have trust in myself. If my child told that principal, she said, who's gonna, if you don't go to school, how you gonna learn? Who's gonna teach you? He pointed directly at me. And I'm like, oh, if my child had faith in me, then I should have faith. I prayed on it. And you know what I asked? I asked God to give me a clear sign. I don't want no interception with the enemy. I need clear sign. And my clear sign needs to be that somebody that I have not talked to about this to tell me that homeschooling is a good choice, or just push homeschooling. All right, y'all. So I'm second guessing myself, right? I talked to the people of the state and they're like, a lot of people are homeschooling. That's a good option. I took a step back and said, yeah, talking to her and explained the situation. She said, yeah, homeschooling probably would be best. I didn't think about it till later on. I was washing dishes and I was like, I see what you're doing, Lord. You gave me that on the low. And then I started second guessing myself again. Right? So here we are. Today, I officially went to the school and said, hey, I would like to remove him, and told the lady at the front desk. Now, this lady had no idea what's going on. All she knows is Levi's a little difficult when he come in the morning. She probably do, but I haven't spoken to her. All she knows is I'm the lady who brought the extra school supplies. I'm the lady who is taking a little bit more TLC with the kids. I'm talking to them. I'm communicating, right? So when I explained to her what the issue was and what I was doing, what my goal was, and what my reason behind it was, when I was walking out, she said, "Hey, I just want to let you know that I'm 100% behind you. This is a good choice. It's a good decision." And I'm like, "Thank you. I needed that." Here I am around the corner, like maybe 20 minutes later, we run into his pre-K teacher, y'all. Why is she not at the school? Because school don't get out to 2:30. The pre-K teacher is in the store that he had last year. And she's like, "Hey, y'all, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey." And she asked about how it was going. And I told her, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not working out for you." She said, "But mom knows best, and I know you're doing the right thing for him." That's 3 times I done got my confirmation. So this is what it is. I haven't told my parents. Sometimes the people around you, because of the ways they're set in, what they were raised in, the idea of a child not being in school is crazy, probably. And I know to a certain extent, people are probably saying, you're probably hindering him. But my goal is to work on that. It's not to just say, well, if he's scared, he don't need to be. No, my goal is to work on his confidence, work on his spiritual area. Like, we starting to pray every night. We're reading about, we starting to install these things we need to install in him to prepare him for this battle. It's not his battle. We know that, like the girl said, the battle's not yours, it's the Lord's. But I still want to make sure he's equipped and know how to handle things in life. I don't want him to feel like somebody's going to be able to save you out of the situation. You ain't got to do this because you don't want to, because you scared. No, because that kind of trickle down to other things in life. So the goal is to work on that, build the confidence, come up with different ways to handle emotions and things like that, build our communication and our bond and trust there, and get everything we need done. And I feel like we're doing damn good so far. He's able to do these ABCs. They're not in alphabetical order no more. He's good at that. He's doing sounds. It's like I'm incorporating learning in everything we do. And I'm starting to like enjoy myself. I'm learning things myself that I already know. That's weird, right? I'm relearning things. I'm getting a passion for it. Like, to be to be driving and be like, point out some things with the S sound. Sign. After a while, I'm like, dang, I didn't realize how many words was around this. Stop sign, speed bump, like sun, train, car, parking lot. Like, yo, I didn't realize how much learning and teaching you can do in just your everyday life. And I feel like I've kind of failed for the past couple of years because I could have been doing this. I was just in my head going with the motion of your child go to school and learn. Like, but no more of that. But anyway, that's it, y'all. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Got to go. I got to eat me something. This smoothie that I made is as of now. So bye. Thank y'all for listening and stopping by. Love you guys.